Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to your week ahead energy reading. There's just, I don't know if you are as knocked about by the energies as me right now, but boy, has it been big. Some of the themes that have really come up through the readings I've been doing through my own life are God is making us uncomfortable in things that are no longer meant for us. And it's not very fun. In any way, shape, or form. So there's that. And that piece is really aligned with the theme that's been weaving its way through the readings for the last few weeks of it is time to step into your passion and your purpose. Even the theme of last week of get across that bridge and take action towards what it is that lights your soul on fire. It's that last little bit of bubbling away of making you uncomfortable where you're no longer meant to be. Forcing action. Forcing you to speak your truth, forcing you to surrender. The world is a crazy place right now. It's really easy to get distracted by everything that's going on outside of us, but what you're being asked to do is step into your own energy, step into your own heart's calling and act on that. All right, out with some cards from the Priestess of the Light Oracle deck, which we haven't used for a little while. Thank you, Spirit messages that are of the light and for the best and highest good of all, for the Mind, Body, Soul Transformation Collective. Anything else, Spirit? 2 more shuffles. That thought about it. Achievement. That was the White Buffalo woman just there. The card is achievement, effort plus intention or something. But the card is, it's not there. I'm laughing at the card that just came out after what I've just said. The card is the White Buffalo woman whose prophecy is around peace and the peace part. There might be something there. Courage at the bottom of the deck, which again, I'm pretty sure I just said miracles, ancient wisdom, strength, fierceness, family. But the 2 cards that came out, unsurprisingly, were sacred action, decisive focus, and eternal flame. Sacred purpose. Sacred action and sacred purpose. Eternal flame, ancestral legacy. So again, we are being called to take sacred action towards our sacred purpose. I feel like I could stop the reading there and just send you on your merry way, but I won't, because what would you do without an hour-long reading to watch? I'm kind of joking. Kind of not. Let's see what wants to come through from the tarot. We may go to some other oracle decks too, depending on what we get here. There's a couple that are calling to me. It's divine timing for this. It is your destiny. Strength as well with that courage card that we had just before. Lionsgate portal is coming up. So Leo season's coming up. Strength card is a Leo card. Lionsgate portal 8/8. 8th of August. Seems to be coming through as well. 8 of Pentacles. I just saw the Wheel of Fortune again. I feel like that's a turning point. There's no turning back. Okay. Last week's message of the bridge and you needing to take sacred action towards your sacred purpose, towards this new path, this new life, or you might get drawn back into the old way of being. After the Lionsgate portal, there is no turning back. You need to have taken action. And remember how last week that was big action. Choose your path. To walk away from what's no longer in alignment with you by the 8/8 portal. I told you last week I was being called out by the message. It continues. It continues. Get going. Get going. Plant the seeds. Do the work. My heart chakra is feeling really heavy. There's something heavy on your heart around this. Think about, what do you want us to know? Two of Swords. Yeah, it's not an easy choice to make. I'll show you that card shortly. Some of you, some of us maybe, are choosing not to face it. Three of Wands. But we don't know what's coming in if we just do. So we've got the Two of Swords. You're blindfolded, stuck. Possibly closing off, listening to your heart. That might be why I'm feeling so heavy. Three of Wands is like the expectation, the waiting, the knowing something's coming in. On the card it says adventure, luck, action. It is, it's preparing for what's coming in for you. She's like looking out into the horizon. That sense of excitement. That's the energy that will help you close out what needs to be closed out to allow you to step into this new beginning. To find your strength, to follow what you intuitively already know you're meant to be doing. With the High Priestess there, I'm also just noticing on the Ten of Swords cup here, which is closing out a difficult cycle, the skeleton is crying, but that third eye is there and open. Again, this isn't... Some of what's being asked for you right now is really challenging, and there is a real grief that goes along with closing out these things that aren't in alignment, or moving away from them, releasing them, surrendering to this path that you know you're on, despite not knowing where it's taking you. It's taking a leap of faith. And that takes courage and strength. Again, with that coming out, there is definitely that Lionsgate portal piece here, which is less than a month away. I'm recording this on the 9th of July. So, yeah, a month away. I think why this is so hard for some of you, God, I split to the Devil before, and then I just split to the Death. Sun, Three of Swords, heartbreak, Eight of Swords, trapped. This ending to allow a new beginning is so challenging for some of you, because you know whatever these things are have meant a lot to you, maybe still do, but you know they're no longer aligned with where you're going. And so there is that grief of the future that could have been. And for some of you of these things, well, for any of those situations really, you know that they could have come, but it's the actions of others that have meant they can't. And so if this is a connection of some description, it is the decision of another that means they can't come on this journey anymore with you. And that is a whole different kind of grief, because you're releasing, it's a release of something that you knew had possibility in this new world. And so, yeah, you're feeling heartbroken over this and frustrated. And this is causing a fair bit of anxiety for some of you, of just not, like, she's wrapped up in something she could get out of very easily. So there's this sense of being trapped when really you know you're not, but it's just a really hard decision to take action to get yourself out of this, to step over the bridge and take action. The sun's here in what we're talking about here, and I think again there's multiple There's multiple messages within this. This was something that lit up your life at one point. This was something that was, a bright part of your life. And again, may still be in many ways, but isn't aligned. And the sun is shining. Coming back to what I said at the start of this video, you're becoming increasingly uncomfortable in the situations that aren't aligned. Like the sun is like, it's almost like you're under a spotlight in those areas of intense heat and pressure to take the sacred action that you're being called to take, that you intuitively know you need to take towards this new beginning, this new path. My heart is, wow. I literally feel like that at the moment. All right, let's move on to, I've just used this 3 times in a row now. It is definitely a work your light moment. Just shuffled, no, I didn't. I was going to say I just shuffled them up. I did shuffle them upside down, but the top 2 cards were the wrong way is why. That felt, I'm going to do it again. That feels important. Usually I shuffle the cards so I can't see what is shuffling except for what I see as it kind of goes that way. But by doing it this way, I can see all the options, all the timelines. I'm no longer blindfolded to them. There's something about being willing to face and sit with all of the possibilities of this path that you're being invited to do right now. That will allow you to see the abundance of opportunities that there are out there for you, waiting for you. You're not waiting for them. They're waiting for you. That also seems relevant. I'm assuming I meant to, I feel like, I meant to shuffle like this. The top card here is soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. And I just said they're waiting for you. There's people waiting for you to do this. Whatever your sacred purpose is, people waiting for you on the other side. And whatever it is you're struggling to walk away from and release, you need to know that. There's options, countless options waiting for you. You won't be without. So if it's a fear of never experiencing that again, never finding that again, you won't find that. You'll find better. Those 2 cards just flipped over the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? Thank you, Spirit. What messages do you have for us? Oh. 2 more. One more. For some of you, so I got the take a break card. It says, our life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. I can't remember if we spoke about this last week. I feel like for some of you, walking away from whatever this is over here with the 3 of Swords and the 8 of Swords, there's a bit of obligation that sits here, or you thinking like this. Yeah, I think we spoke about this last week, this loyalty, this obligation that you're meant to stay in here and complete your contract. I saw a few break the chain kind of messages as I was shuffling. Any contract you had with these people, these situations, these circumstances, these roles in your life, I was going to say are broken. What I heard is are up for renewal. You don't have to sign on to that again. You have a choice to, but that's not what you're being invited to do. There are so many options available for you on the other side of the bridge. You have a chance to break those contracts. Then we got Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations and divine plan. I feel like I'm going to read this one to you. And then Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. And this I've put over the top of the High Priestess card. Just, I think this is a reminder that any intuition that you are receiving right now, and it could be on fire like mine is, are real. It's real. Whatever is coming through to you, whatever is on your heart as you listen to this message, that's your message. That's your divine guidance. That's what you need to take sacred action on. That is what your sacred purpose is. Whatever feels resonant within your heart is it. Stop second guessing it. Stop overthinking it. Stop overanalyzing it. Believe it and take sacred action. All right, let's read this Grandmother of Jesus card. You never guess what page it's on. 88, Lionsgate portal. Last time I'm going to say it. A Lionsgate portal is important for this message. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, was an ancient mystic who dedicated her life to laying the foundations for Christ consciousness to be woven through all of life. She's not widely known, but without her, Christ consciousness would not be rising as it is today. Anna represents the quiet dedication that is sometimes required to live a life of service. She represents the generations that came before that devoted their lives to dreaming a new world into being, while knowing they would not see the glorious end result. She represents the dutiful soldier, the unconditional mother, and the mystic who can see the thread that is woven through all of life. Anna teaches us that we all have a part to play in the divine plan. It doesn't have to be on the world stage to be significant. One person's part is not worthier than another. One person's part may be to mother their children, another's may be to gather women in circle each month. No part is better or worse, more important or less significant. We each have within us a seed of light that we incarnated to share. Anna is gathering us all to remember and surrender to our part of the plan. That just made me, there's a lot in there. What hit me was the people that came before us to allow us to take sacred action and step into our sacred purpose, knowing that we are likely going to experience this new earth. We get to reap the benefits of this. There are generations that came before us that spoke their truth, that stepped into their gifts, that stepped into their power, and not only didn't get to see that, at least in those lifetimes, but were persecuted, sometimes killed for doing just that. We are so blessed right now. And the things that we're getting stuck in that are making us avoid taking action are nothing compared to those people that came before us. So I want to say that first. Those things are up for renewal. Break the contracts. The second piece was around that piece of it doesn't matter what your purpose is and whether you think it's big enough. I just did a reading just before that I will pop over on Instagram, and it was something about people who had made really subtle changes in their life, so of shifting from something that was based in external validation, may not have been subtle, but for them it feels insignificant, was a message that came through. Shifting from something that existed in external validation to moving into their heart. And what came through in that reading was they have broken a spell that was cast upon their bloodlines, upon their ancestral bloodlines, and they literally have rewritten the future as a result of work that they did inside themselves that feels small, that feels insignificant. Like that, the ripple effect of you stepping into your sacred purpose is beyond what you can imagine. And it's not just here in this timeline on this earth. It is going back through our past lives, through our ancestral lines, through our everything that has come before and comes after us. These things are affecting. So when you're scared to never feel, I don't know, to upset someone by speaking your truth, to never feel that kind of love again, to never find that kind of connection again, to risk not finding another job, whatever it is. Speaking to myself here too. Think about that. Think about how much bigger this is than ourselves. This is part of the divine plan. This is what we came here for. Your guidance that you are receiving is not made up. It is divinely guided. Your soul literally signed up to do this. God, my heart is, yeah. So, yeah, wow. All right. Is there anything else? I don't think that's it. You know what to do. And you know what time you've got to do it before. You've got a month. Get going. Speak your truth. Step into your courage. Step into your divine plan. And break away from that which is no longer in alignment. You may literally be breaking spells, and you will be positively impacting everything that's come before and everything that comes after. Let's do this. Wishing you a courageous week ahead.